Headed to the Amelia Island Concours. Let's do this, man.
We've unloaded about 17 cars so far.
This is what authentic looks like. There are people that dream of just like being able to touch this.
Right.
So Ben's family, you may have heard we created some small shockwaves down here in Florida when we brought 20 cars to Amelia Island for their Concours Elegance Cars and Caffeine event.
Thank you everyone for showing up, everyone that knows the brand, everyone that got to know the guys and got to know the cars that day. The whole team was out there. We want to thank everyone that was into vintage Benzes before and who learned that day and now are into it and are checking out the channel. It was a great time.
It was an amazing journey. We got to give big props to the team. Bernard, Julio, Jacques, Millionaire, the whole Surfer Media team, Tomas. We got the whole shout out to all the Haggerty team, of course.
Yes.
The guys who helped us with the cars there. But let's talk about a little bit how this whole show started, how the whole genesis happened, because rarely and never seen before in Amelia Island did one person, or rather one organization, bring 20 cars out for an event and educate a whole new audience. After we selected the vehicles, Julio put his hands to them for the last 2.5, 3 months, really 3 months focusing in on them, getting them looking right, and getting them looking concours quality. Even though we weren't being judged, we wanted to show the quality you could represent these vintage and classic Mercedes to.
Now we've done some big shows in the past where we brought over 10 cars, and our guy Millionaire, he's been the guy who's helped us with that, moving that many cars at once, and he's very experienced. He has some great trucks to do that job. So we actually reached out to him and he said he'd be down to do it. So we said we need 3 trucks this time, and he had to squeeze some in, but he made it happen. Incredible work by Millionaire, and you know, it all started on Friday. The event was on Saturday, so we got all the guys ready a day early, and they got it done, basically.
Yeah, we loaded up the 3 trucks, put 20 cars in there, and Benzes too, so they're not small, right? These are sizable classic cars we're putting in there. The whole team helped out, pitch in. Vico and I were already in Amelia Island, taking care of some business up there, along with Bernard, just going over and meeting with some key people out there. But the whole team, Patina team, held it down, got the load up done.
From the museum building,
From the museum building, yeah. So 20 cars loaded up in the museum building, on their way to Amelia. Overnight, these guys drove late in the evening, showed up around 2 in the morning, got some sleep in, and then started unloading cars about a couple hours later, so big prop.
Look, they say your first million don't count if you don't make it fast. So I'ma make another 100 just to make it last. These rappers ass claim they got $1 million diamonds, but ain't got it.
Right now we're unloading the cars. We're here at Amelia. We just arrived. It's 6 in the morning. The sun's not up yet. We woke up mad early. The guys rode through the night. They rode for hours, but they're here. We finally have all the cars here. 20 cars going on the lawn at the Ritz-Carlton. The whole team is here. We're ready to go. It's a very, very big day for the Patina family, and we're excited. So let's do this. Amelia boys, let's go.
Stage, check my schedule, damn, my whole summer jam. I got the bug at a tender
Abby's
age.
here, everyone's here. Let's go. Haggerty boys, let's go.
Florida need an infinite summer days. Now it's satin loafers. Gangsters don't die, they get chubby and move to
So we started heading towards the event, and we encountered many people lined up. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of cars, rare cars lined up along the street, and we had to come in and try to negotiate some way to line up 20 of our cars.
With only 6 drivers.
With only 6 drivers. So we got it done, and then eventually we started heading towards Amelia Island after some time, but we were short on drivers, so Daniel just started picking up.
be the case, bitch, I got expensive taste. Yeah. Why your managers take 20%? I'm on a yacht, renegotiating deals with the chef. 200 Benzes like a Saudi, but they treat me like a radical. Fucking little contract.
All right, guys, so we've unloaded about 17 cars so far. 16 over at the field. So we got to get them on the field now, trickle them in, finish unloading here. Big up to the team from Haggerty helping us out. There you go, guys. Rock it out. Our insurance company. They're going to see how we roll and know we're doing things completely above board. So Let's check it out. Have some fun out there, guys.
Genetics from 96, precious cargo in the whip, checking cars up off the list, yeah. Used to dream of better days, now it's yacht masters getting stoned by the Everglades. Haters coming at me sideways, but I'm never phased. Focused, I will never change. Money in the pillowcase, assembling cars like troops. My Benzes immigrate, model bitch I penetrate.
So the cars we brought, I'd say the biggest two showstoppers, well, we'll say three. Definitely the SGS Gullwing, SEC Gullwing, massive showstopper. People loved it. They never seen anything like it before. What's another one, Vito?
The Hill Climb Gullwing, which is the race tribute Gullwing from the 1960s that was actually built out of real parts from a crashed Gullwing. Has a real hood and other parts, but it is a tribute, and it has a 350 big block motor from a Chevy, and it sounds like an airplane. And that one was definitely, everyone was drawn to those two cars. They'd go to the Gullwing first and then the other Gullwing.
And then the real connoisseurs were noticing certain cars like the Koenig Special SEC that we have from Boca Raton. Amazing specification, amazing car, great interior, beautiful vehicle. People were stunned over that vehicle because they had never seen a body kit like that. They're looking at it. And really neat seeing also guys who are in engineering and building their own cars come by, look at how the Gullwing is made, talk about how all the engineering people were looking at it. People came who are engineering guys, came and looked also at the SGS Marbella, really appreciating how that car was built. And of course, the AMG 6-pipe C140.
Yeah, a lot of people were confused about the 190E as well, the Schultz. They were like, they didn't know what they were looking at because it looks so well made. You think it's a production car, but it's not, obviously. And it looks like a natural, cabriolet that Mercedes would have made, but it's obviously something out of a Frankenstein lab. Shouts out to Schultz Tuning.
So we wanted to bring cars this year to kind of represent the entry level of tuning, right? What a car looks like as a Gullwing, what it looks like with the top off. Really educate people as to the tuning culture kind of broadly. And we hope in the future bring really more specific kind of one-off, odd, crazy creations that we have, bring those forward. But right now our job was to educate people about the Young Timers era, educate people about coach-built cars, because we know there are cars out there, there are coach builders out there for decades, over 100 years out now, that have been coach building cars back in the 20s and 30s. And those 20s and 30s cars are pretty much priceless if they're coach built from back then. This was the revival of the wild and rich 1920s, but done in the 80s and 90s with these cars. So we're educating people about the next big wave of coach-built, customized vehicles.
Yeah, because we want to break the ice essentially, because a lot of these people, they're used to the same kind of cars, conventional rare cars, like the Evo 2 perhaps. Like people know that car, people know that's DTM racing. That's like a heritage car from Mercedes.
People know a 300 SL Gullwing looks like a regular one.
Yes, but this was like our chance to like break the ice, not go too far off and show them the Sparrows or the Chameleons, things that are so far, but things that still resemble the original design. And I also spoke to Daniel about this, and it was like something we realized, like it's rare. It's very rare as far as Amelia Island and these type of events where an organization can bring cars that are real cars, not homemade cars, not made up cars. These are real Mercedes cars from an era that people never even knew existed.
Yeah.
So these are car people that know cars and they know cars well, and they're seeing cars for the first time that are real manufactured cars by like SGS, and we still consider these manufacturers. So it was nice to see that intersection.
Yeah. Also, big shout out to everyone that showed up, that came because we were promoting it. People came just to see us at Patina Cars and to meet us and have a good time. So shout out to the almost 100 people we met that came out just to see us. So thank you so much. And make sure you guys stay tuned for future events we're at. We don't play around. We come heavy. We come with not just great cars, but also the time and patience to educate you, let you sit in them, let you check them out. And it's a museum quality cars, but we don't treat it like pieces of art that you can't touch and interact with. We want to be able to show you the shifters. We want to be able to have you sit down and take a look at unique features that we really find neat and enjoy about the vehicles too. So coming to see an event we're at and meeting us and looking at the cars isn't just like anywhere else. It's interactive, it's fun, and we definitely recommend you guys join us next time.
Definitely. And guys, check out right now PatinaCollective.com, because on that day we did the Amelia Island Patina drop, which is a very cool polo that we were all wearing at the event. There's also a long sleeve available. We got a visor, a golf visor, and we have tote bags. So check it out. Check out the website right now. And it was a cool drop, man. I think people liked it. It was on brand. Yeah. It was great. So check it out. And the polos are hot, they're dope, and they're great material, very well made. So
something we do feel good about is that we had our 20 cars there, our tuner cars, our museum pieces there, and right next to us was all the Porsches that were there that day as well for the cars and community event. And our crowd was intense. A lot of people showed up. I would say it was probably one of the biggest attractions there compared to even, it was outpacing all the other German cars, if you could catch my drift. Mm-hmm. So our area was on fire, people were there, it was vibrating, the amount of people that were there, it was beautiful. And we got to educate a lot of people at the young timer era in these specific cars, guys who had only collected one type of car, maybe Ferrari collectors, Porsche collectors, people who've only seen certain kind of Mercedes before, so it was really amazing. All the new people we met and brought into our family of ours, basically, and what you guys are, a family of ours as well, educating everyone about this era and why these cars are the best cars ever made.
Standing in the midst of these great Benzes, we were approached by our guy, Gary Edwards. He's actually the president of the Mercedes-Benz Club of America. So shout out to Gary, he was really into it. He really wants us to be involved with the Mercedes-Benz Club of America, and I told him, of course. So we're actually gonna make things happen. So shout out to him and shout out to Ruben. Ruben's actually also involved, and he wants to do a piece for the Star. That's the Mercedes-Benz magazine. So we look forward to that. And I have to give a shout out to my brother, VPA Vishal, who pulled up all the way from Atlanta for the first time, meeting us in the flesh. Patina boys, man, shout out to my guy.
Big ups to Vishal, he's doing his thing. You guys are in Atlanta, and you're willing to pay for the best possible service you can in terms of paint protection, paint, wheels, rims, brakes, anything special for your vehicle. Top notch. Vishal at VPA is the man.
Yeah, man, shout out to Vishal and shout out to our guy Pierre. Pierre was there tonight.
Yo, Pierre Hidari. Pierre is the GOAT. The greatest of all time. His brain is part Bruno Sacco, part NASA engineer, and part rugged mountain man, and they all come together to repair these cars in a beautiful way and get them running. Pierre and his beautiful family were there, and classy guy, great guy, has done more for the Mercedes community than any organization out there could as an individual. So always shout out Pierre, much love to him. And he also took part in educating a lot of people about the cars there. So can't say enough good things about our dear friend Pierre. Yeah, we had a great conversation with Pierre about the vlog, and check it out, guys.
Oh, I got you. How y'all doing?
Here with my favorite mechanic in the world, our guy Pierre. Pierre, how are you feeling today? Talk to the people. How the cars look on the lawn? First time. You've been coming here for years, so you finally get to see these out here.
Yeah, but I mean, this is something that's totally different. This is like a complete revamp of what this is sort of what I'd expect to see, right? Because usually you go to Amelia Island, you see like a bunch of the same car club people with their cars. But this is good because it gives people a new perspective on like how amazing the Mercedes-Benz brand is. People think of Mercedes, they think of a bunch of old guys showing off their 280 SLs. This is something you don't usually get to see. And when you think about all the work that's gone into making just this snippet of this collection happen, like all the insane car chasing you've done.
Insane.
You know, all of the shady transactions. These are not easy cars to purchase. You know, that's why nobody's done it before.
Thank you.
You have to be shatir, extremely smart, high intelligence to be able to get these cars away from their long-term owners in the Middle East, you know?
Import them all here.
Right. And you know what's even better, like the fact that not only like it's not just like one or two like wide-body AMG cars and then like a bunch of cars that somebody fabricated. These are all the real thing. This is what authentic looks like. There are people that dream of just like being able to touch this.
Right, now here they all are.
Right, here they are. It's like this is how it should be.
Thank you, Pierre. Honestly, no one appreciates these cars like Pierre, and he understands the brand. Thank you, Pierre.
Nobody appreciates like you. Shukran, Habib.
Thank you. So basically, after the show was over, we started clearing the cars, but we were trying to wait. We didn't know exactly how they do it. This is our first time there. We don't know the protocol exactly. So we're like, oh, let's just wait till, you know, the traffic dies down and then we'll get out of here. But we waited a little too long, and then we had 20 cars still on the lawn. And they're like, hey,
and people hanging out, people chilling, looking at him, and the police were like, you guys should get going soon.
That's what's so cool about this, man. There's so many cars, there's so many stories to be had, and so many memories to be made, and we hope everybody comes along for the ride.
And guys, next year, Amelia Island, you better be there, you better come. It's going to be different, it's going to be fun, but we'll definitely be there, guys. And keep an eye out for future events we have going on, including Miami F1, which we'll be announcing soon.
Thank you, guys.
it.